I always get to this gate and I'm about half out of it. Hi, my name's Mario, and hey guys, how are you doing? Good people. Well, you've come to a really strange place, I hope you know. No place on earth quite like this. Today you're going to get closer to wild animals than you've probably ever been before in your life. I'm going to give instructions as we go along the way. All guided. All the animals you see here today are from Alaska. They're all indigenous to the state of Alaska, although some of them did come from other places. Now you all know this one. Of course, this is your neighbor. How many of you are not from North America? Oh, where are you from? Okay, so in England, there's a bird very similar to this. Yeah. It's known as the common buzzard. Yeah. We don't want him to hear that because his status is elevated here in the U.S. This is they actually call this. It is not common. It's not anymore. Yeah, no, it's not anymore. But here in North America, we have this bird, the red-tailed hawk. Of course,
here comes Steve.
And here comes, I told you it was a strange place. Look at this hillbilly running down the hill. Now, I look back at my life and I say, oh my gosh, I'm a little eccentric. I mean,
we have a crisis.
Yeah, what is
the outhouse the squirrels got into, well, you're going to see it if you come this way.
This is the time of year everybody wants to build a nest.
Oh no.
Kelly, they've gotten into the roll, and it's very, actually it's quite an interesting pattern. An interesting Welcome all of you for coming. This is kind of an unusual place. I hope that you warned them already.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the first film set and try to lure the creature out.
Okay, you're not gonna, okay.
And not gonna what?
Introductions.
Oh, I thought you already did it.
No, not really. Okay, so what you're gonna witness here today is kind of the culmination of our passion collectively.
Has he got a wheelchair there?
He does.
A wheelchair. Who needs a wheelchair, Joe?
Me.
Oh, you need a wheelchair. Okay. So we're going to have Rocky help with that too a little bit.
Yeah, well, if Joe can help too.
I can walk part of the way.
You can walk part of the way. Okay. Great. Now, you don't have to drive off, do you?
No, I can get back for 20 minutes. I'll help you up first part.
We won't even get to first base by 20 minutes. Heck, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
We're going to walk a level. Can you walk a level ground this way?
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm going to do then is slip over here and try to lure out the creature and do more of a fleshing out of our... What? What do you got your eyes looking like that?
Go on, go ahead. This is totally unscripted. I never know how it's going to go.
They wouldn't have guessed.
And so there he goes. All right. So culmination of our passion. When I was 4 years old, I saw a guy with a hawk on his fist. I read my first falconry text when I was 6. I petitioned the state to let me take the federal exam when I was 11. They said, what's the harm in letting a little boy take the test? I passed 95%. They said, oh my gosh, now we've got to give him a bird. I've had a hawk on my fist ever since I was 11 years old. Oh, wow. Well, then when I was 13, the state called and said, hey, we've got a 3-legged fox somebody found in their garage. They said, can you take care of that? I said, well, let me ask my mom. And my mom said, okay. Well, I began to collect orphaned wild animals. Well, at the same time, my partner Steve, he was doing the same thing in Minnesota. As time went on, I picked up a movie camera. In 1983, began to shoot films for Nature, the series on PBS, Discovery, and National Geographic. And how it goes is today they come here to make films and use us. And so that's kind of how our careers go. Now, the red tail's surviving us. They're living in our cities. They're doing really well. They're eating pigeons, rats, mice, all the animals that are attracted to us and that we brought from Europe. But most animals, no. They move out when we move in. Well, this next one, well, the Europeans decided to exterminate it, and they killed them all. And then when they came to the New World, they brought their hatred here. And native elders will tell you what a dumb idea that is to hate the wolf and to exterminate it, because we can't survive without it. Have you ever heard of Lyme disease? Yeah. We now know that Lyme disease is a result of removing wolves. You can go through there. Yeah, we're now suffering because we removed wolves from the wild.
I'm already out of breath. 54 is cut off.
Around. This is Isis. She's the gray wolf, or Canis lupus is the scientific name.
Yeah. She, her name was that given to her by my veterinarian back 4 years ago when she was born, before the whole Islamic deal. It's not the reason.
The name ISIS has
Yeah.
a whole lot more meaning than the current
Yeah, of course.
ramifications.
Both sets of parents, orphans from interior Alaska. And now I've been a filmmaker for 30 years. I met him a long time ago, but I grew up in Minnesota on a big farm where my folks' grandparents would bring in orphan animals from Alaska and northern Canada. So I grew up with wolves and bears and lynx and all these things. And I never liked wire. Don't like it. And so what I've done all these years, especially after I visited when I was a kid, a fellow wolf expert came out of the house. He had 2 fingers left. His ear was going, a big scar.
I don't
wolf
like that
stories.
word.
Yeah. And I thought, oh, really? I don't want to be like that. So I learned early
You know
on.
what an expert is, right?
What?
It's a drip under pressure.
Oh, no. Anyway, so what we tried to do, the technique we used, not only with the wolf, but many of the other creatures you'll see here today, well, you'll see this, is we open the door. Out they go. They come back to us. We get the relationship so strong that we're able to do that. Now, that does lend itself wonderfully to film work.
Well, just like falconry, I mean, that's the whole practice of falconry. I turn the hawk loose. I walk for hours and hours in the
Carrot-eating wolf.
woods. And the hawk learns very quickly. They learn that they're much better at hunting when they have a pet human.
Yeah.
I tell people, for lack of a better description, I'm the hawk's dog. And when we get out in the woods, I kick the
Take
brush.
pictures.
I'll scare up a rabbit or a squirrel. The hawk will give chase. And then when the squirrel finds another place to hide, I can often flush it out of that hiding place. And the hawk learns, wow, this guy can find the game when I can't. Same with the wolf.
Yes. I wanted to mention something. You're welcome to take pictures, but does anybody have a little lip smear? Little
Lip smear. Oh yeah, everybody has lip smear.
No, I mean, like Burt's Bees, a little something to put on the lips. Anybody have that? I want to just try something.
You mean,
What? Oh, no, that won't work.
I have chapstick.
That'll work.
there you go. It's called chapstick.
There you go. Yep.
Well, I don't know. I don't use the stuff myself, but I wanted just to do a little test here. Oh, okay, hold on. Here, she's found it.
Yep.
Okay, well, you might not get it back.
Might not get it back.
Well, if you get it back, it won't be in the same shape.
Now get the pictures. I wanted to see what she does with Blistex.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Now, really funny, this is wolf behavior. They mask their scent.
Why?
Anytime they find something really stinky, they mask their scent, because most animals in nature know the scent of a wolf, and they know instinctively to be worried about it.
That's the reason.
Now, really interesting, you know, this whole idea of wolves
Hit it
being
on the
connected
lips,
to
too.
Lyme disease, you know, they started looking at where Lyme disease does not occur, and guess what? It's where wolves have never been extirpated. We have no Lyme disease in Alaska, Canada, where the wolf is. And in fact, wolves in the 13th century were seeking out and eating people that died of the Black Plague. And they saw this. People saw this. Their relatives being consumed by wolves. And it horrified them. But guess what? Wolves are immune to the Black Plague. And in fact, wolves are immune to most diseases. That gives you a clue as to what they do. They seek out and destroy disease wherever it occurs in nature. And so,
What a
diseased
wonderful-
deer don't survive. And, well, here's an issue. We're now the most numerous large mammal on the planet. Diseases that deer get are jumping
Like to be
from
petted
deer
on
to
the
human.
arse.
And so our front line of defense against these diseases are wolves. And the native people knew this thousands of years ago. Now, we've tapped into this ability of wolves to find disease in our wolves at home. Have you ever heard of an epilepsy dog, a diabetes dog, cancer dogs? Hospitals are now clamoring for cancer dogs throughout the U.S. In fact, this is going to be a huge growth industry where people are going to be training cancer dogs for all the hospitals in the U.S. They have an ability to find disease when it's not apparent to you or I. And in fact, some of their abilities actually exceed what they do in the hospital in terms of chemistry.
You've got a lot to say, but I wanted to ask you a question. How many of you saw a wolf now in your travels through Alaska?
Nobody. No.
I
what?
thought she said yes, but she was just rubbing her eye.
Policies
This is
regarding
sad.
wolves are hard changed.
Oh.
And in fact, most of our policies harken back to a time when Europeans were making decisions regarding wolves. Extermination
Little
is
Red
the rule.
Riding Hood and all that.
Oh yeah, and so today when I see a wolf on the Chilkat River, I say run. run because the next guy who pulls up is going to shoot it.
Possibly.
Yeah.
That sounds awfully grim. These people are on vacation. You're giving them all this negative news.
Well, you know, it's reality. The thing is I don't want to tell you some
What?
fantasy
Hey, that
story.
hawk.
He
Is
wants
that
to
hawk
kill.
got a
He wants
mindset?
to kill the wolf.
It's got that kind of an ego.
Oh yeah, of course. You know, the hawk.
the heck?
The hawk thinks that he's still what he was a million years ago.
Well,
yeah.
anyway,
And you
don't
know
go
what he
into
was
it
a
now.
million years
He says
ago.
they all came from dinosaurs, but that's a discussion. What we want you to have a direct connection with this wild and dangerous animal. How can we do it? We can howl. Now, we used to allow people to touch, but it got a little bit out of hand. People wanted to kiss.
No, it's so funny. We
Yeah.
had a whole group of people from Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
They didn't speak
No,
English.
they wanted to kiss the animal.
And I was saying,
USDA
don't
doesn't
touch,
like
and they
that.
were saying, touch? I said, don't touch.
No, don't.
Yeah, can you imagine our insurance? What do they do there?
Insurance is never clear about it.
Fed the
To
wolf.
this day, they're not clear about it. Anyway, we can howl, though, and see if the animal responds in some manner. When was the last time you howled, anyway? It's good. It's illegal in most cities and towns, by the way, nowadays.
Yeah.
Anyway, people think you're crazy. 1, 2, 3. Keep going.
She's not interested.
You gotta really work at it.
Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, he's got to have a cue to make her do it right. Oh, here it comes.
Stop. Almost a little bit of hope, but it was
Getting
teasing us.
dizzy, actually.
Yeah.
I'm going to lose my voice. I won't be able to talk. That might be a good thing. Mario, this is what it means, though. When the wolf doesn't howl, that means we're not going to get an earthquake and there's no rain. We're fine. We're fine today.
We're gonna go this
Uh-oh,
direction.
here I go. Man
Back
gets
this
attacked
way.
by wolf at wildlife park.
Yeah, take pictures.
It'll be on
Post
Facebook.
that on
Social
Facebook.
media has a way of twisting things a slight
Oh
bit.
yeah, for sure. Man eaten by wolf.